Hello, Civ fans.
We plot a new course and make another world our own.
We are going beyond Earth. It's time to go back to Beyond Earth. This is episode 4, playing as Elodie. And I think last time we have not finished Transcendental Math, we have not finished the Institute. Let's see where it brings us. We have a very productive capital. You can see that every manufactory produces at least 5 production. If it's on hills, it does give 1 more extra production. If it's on grasslands or other flat terrain, it gives 2 food. And we are also working the coastal tiles, which give us additional energy. Plus, the capital is also very productive. Here, it gives 4 food, which I'm not sure where it comes from. Standard is 2 food. We also get 9 production and 4 of each science and culture. That's from the virtues that we took last time. There's some aliens spawning at the alien nest. This raptor bug, let's gun you down. It's immediately taken 3 or 4 units will destroy pretty much everything. And we have an alien raptor bug of our own. Let's explore with you a little bit more. There is a derelict settlement that I am eager to explore. But first, use this crest satellite. This is close, so we can do this, return for more modules, and go down to the settlement afterwards. There's another settlement, but that's way too close. Let's see. Here is the wonder. That's the Faraday jar. Wonders in this game are not placed on tiles. They are actually only built in cities. This is in Aquatic City. But I don't think it will stay after the city moves. That's weird behavior that's not fixed, but it's beautiful. This one is not very useful because it only reduces the upkeep by 50%, which is like everything costs 1, so you just halve it. We got ourselves some broadsides on this side of the world, just to explore and defend from anything that could come from this side. There's a lot of geothermal to the east. 1, 3. There's the transcendental math.
For ethics that I can respect.
We can get Mark of
Progress in
Eclipse,
mathemat-
which is kind of
Our
useless
gods
for
are
us right
strong
now.
and
We got affinity progress in purity. So here it ends. The only exit is here to Brazil through Dourado. We can upgrade our cruisers, our range ships, into destroyers. Let's keep it at the 5% per unused movement. And gunner into guardian. 50% stronger when inside city is a very strong perk, but I'm not afraid of that. Let's take the 10% per unused movement. And we also need another technology researched. Do we need communications actually? If we are going towards the standard victories for purity and for supremacy, we definitely need the lasercom satellite. However, if we are going for the contact victory with transcendental equation, we do need the deep space telescope instead. Look, power systems look juicy. Here we say Faraday gyre, as well as additional energy from geothermal wells. Faraday gyre, energy maintenance for buildings, and improvements reduced by 50% in this city. It can only be constructed in aquatic cities, and the most expensive improvements are located on land, so I don't think that's very useful. Instead, I'm going towards the mechatronics. I don't need the optical surgery, but left plant is nice, even though it costs some floatstone. Crawler, definitely. And here we can finish the transcendental equation in 4 turns. The 450 production is nothing for our capital. That's something that every civilization can research. You can research it once. That's some sort of a project, one time only, and it gets you closer to victory. So it doesn't have any substantial value um, other than progressing towards a victory condition. This worker produce more agriculture. I have a lot of gold, energy, sorry, a lot of diplomatic capital. So let's update. These are full. Let's get a political trade. Held for active agreement. City plots are cheaper to acquire with culture. I have mostly aquatic cities, so this is not very useful. Virtues cost less culture. Ambitious. Yeah, this looks good because our capital has nothing to do and the conversion rate is um, very strong. Cost to purchase buildings, military units, yields for international trade routes. Of course, aspirational is nice. We just get the whole planet from one access to whole planet from one city. Political subtle covered agents finish operations much faster. That's a perk for a different run. I get the ambitious one. 475, 550. The last one is in this 600 or 700 even. We will reach that soon and can start using the diplomatic capital for other stuff. Freeland was moved. Let's move it one turn over here and then back. This finished broadside. Actually, Einstein needs some more food. Let's go for agricultural development so it can house all of these farms. It's too bad the coastline and the land masses are this complicated. So I don't think any more broadsides are needed in this bay. Let's say. There are no aliens, no invading forces. Let's just keep it in here like this. Stay alert. You go here, stay alert. Quest for Bionics Lab. Bionics Lab, right, the 20% health building. And we can get from it only one flat or one flat culture. One flat science or one flat culture from them. It doesn't really matter. Let's use them for Bionics Labs. This is very limiting because you can only build these buildings in cities with resilient and you get one size. Okay, it's like they didn't go and do another pass through them. And I feel like we have not completed the quest for floats, settling a city near Floatstone. So let's do another city. Here are quests, civil skies, right? One city adjacent to Floatstone, so it needs to be directly adjacent to Floatstone. I think I will do this one in the south, so we capture all of these resources. If I had a pin, I would have pinned it down here. Actually, we could also settle on the Xenomas, because we are not going to improve it, probably, and this would give us access to all of these canyons. It's not a terrible idea, and we clear the miasma immediately. Here's the Ferrexid mine completed, and I can go do something else. Ferrexid mine gives, as you can see, additional 3 science for some maintenance, so it's a very strong early improvement. Expedition. I will have to take care of this explorer so it doesn't die to the miasma. We have completed the transcendental equation. There is no extra cinematic or victory screen. It's just confirmation that we are moving towards a victory here. Right, I have captured prosperity, not prosperity here. Freeland. So I'm moving up in domination, but we have contact here. We need 2 more pieces. Well, 2 pieces out of 3. Either expedition and projector ruins if it has signal, or you can launch deep space telescopes. It will take many turns, but it will get the the signal, and you can research the transcendental equation. There's also a quest which is domestic. All right, that's probably already here in queue. Quest for biofuel plant. We get +2 energy from the building or +1 production, which is certain. Keep it energy building. And this city Freeland has to move back up 1 tile so that it captures this titanium. That's very important production tile. We have finished the transcendental equation. Let's do the observatory quick. Another manufactory is online. There's basalt. I will also build a manufactory up there. However, I will not update this resilin or nor this chitin with the manufacturers. I want to keep the improvements there, but I will purchase this tile and change it into a manufactory. This tile will also take longer, 24 turns, because it is wooded. It has forest on it, and it needs to be cut down. Station Golden Bell Temple, which produces mixed yields. We have the observatory, and I have nothing good to do here. Do I produce a colonist just for the sake of taking land? Yes, I think I will go towards all of these resources. There's algae, petroleum, geothermal. Like a colonist. And this city will also produce a worker. Now we have so much production I'm not catching up with all of the other stuff. And go down. Yeah, let's settle next to this floatstone. Another manufactory completed, cleared the miasma. We have another virtue. Continue in knowledge. I want this synergy bonus as well. This one is not. It's actually useful. 10% production, 10% energy in the capital. But I want to go up in knowledge tree. Less science penalty from number of cities and less culture penalty. The sooner you get it, the better. Right. It has probably some trade route. Some trade route is coming to us from a city that has geothermal and petroleum, and the game thinks that I have access to them in this city, which is very confusing way how it works. But we can do Gaian well, we can do petrochemical plant. Let's do the Gaian well, 46 energy. I also want to upgrade my trade here. Better conversion rate for city development. That's improving. And Freeland is in place where it actually should be. Let me purchase some tiles. 5 population already, and only 1, 2, 3, 4 improvements around. That is the city to improve next. This worker stands on basalt. There is a quest for improving basalt, but I'm going to make a manufactory instead. I set this worker to produce a terrascape, which will take a long time. And in the meantime, Fidele produced another worker, and I can send it elsewhere.
Machines can be
We got
into
mechatronics.
progress.
Also, supremacy affinity progress, which is minor. Improvement. So we have left blend. For some floatstone, we can get additional production. And the crawler costs 5 floatstone. That means I need to build a lot of improvements. Now let's go to astrodynamics. Actually, I'm interested how are my opponents doing. We get the energy and culture from floatstone and better terrascapes. Here, overview. Fielding 333. They are all going very balanced for now. I am the one outliner. Kozlov is going harmony again, and the others are very boring. Can we see it? Yes, we can see it on his cities. They are these oval-shaped high-rise buildings. kinda blending in with the environment or with the alien infrastructure something. But he also still keeps the old, partially, the old view of his cities, which is a beautiful touch. And the game itself is really nice that way. Einsize improved. I need to purchase all of these tiles, but for now it has a lot of tiles to work. All these farms are good. There's the quest for Institute, our most advanced contributions to science. Um, Whether it should act autonomously. How should we proceed? Support colony. We get 5% city science from institutes, which is a good perk. But look at this one, allow autonomy. You immediately get a free technology. No questions asked. You can research everything. You can see free. Of course, this is late in the game. This one takes 5 turns. This takes 13. This will take 15 turns. I think this game it will be augmentation, if not for anything else, but just a Daedalus ladder, 10% all yields in the city. Perhaps even the augmentary later, but it allows us to go to surrogacy with 10% worker speed, and Aegis, which is a light mechanized walker but a armored ranged unit, pretty strong. Augmentation it is. We got additional level in purity. We can upgrade Tidehunter into the Undertaker. It gets additional movement, gets stronger, and gets 10% per unused movement. Also the armor into Lancer, again 10% per unused movement. This is a tank which has quite a lot of movement. I think only in the last evolution step, but it counts as well. So Lacquer can build the Daedalus ladder within 13 turns.
No village.
The colonist is ready in position. Let's build outpost. The cinemas will be replaced, well, removed once the action goes. And I think I'm fine with that. Let's displace the cinemas in here. Unit was killed. I forgot about the explorer in Miasma. Too bad. We finished the quest special delivery. Establish a covered network in Uzbek. Or was it a new? That's a new quest. Okay. Operative extraction is different. But that one also gives us additional spy. Production in Fidele. I think I will do some explorers. Here's a Xena Siren unit that I have produced, and it will attract all of the aliens to those places if you either want to concentrate to kill them or incite them to go towards your enemy and block them from doing anything. I think I will send it over here and see whether it does anything. It's just a unit that you place and forget. It doesn't have much use for you. It looks like all of these aliens are moving towards that place. Quest decision, unseen forces for observatory, right? That's one quest that I not get often because it requires the ferric seed and observatory. It's kind of complicated, but you get either 5 city strength or 2 orbital coverage from observatories, both of which are very auxiliary. And in this game I'm getting orbital coverage. Let's see. All the places I can get from Lakar over to Krabrost. We got a explorer, and I need to find a place. There is a direct settlement, but that one is dangerous. Here's a crashed satellite, but I know there are aliens in this pond. So let's just go to this derelict settlement. And I'm going to improve the floatstone in Fidele. This colonist is in the right spot, so right. The problem is I am in ocean. I cannot settle on the ocean tile. I have to go to the coastal one. In that case, let's go south a little bit and ignore this petroleum. That's not very important. And I will settle down here because of the algae. And our aliens are no longer that aggressive. They're not red. He is kinda getting antsy because I'm
Bienvenido.
getting closer to him.
Nasza ojczyzna w bezogrozności. Nasza ojczyzna w bezogrozności. Podumaj i gawari.
Granite City was founded. Let's make a trade depot, purchase everything. Not everything. At least 4 or 5 basic buildings. The worker is done in prosperity. Let's go to Freeland and improve that. Okay, the diplomacy here is overloaded. It has a lot of weird interactions. And the workers in Lacquer are almost finished. There is no more space to improve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places on land where we can produce any more manufactories. In the land there's generators. Let's move on to Fidele. And it is working this tile actually. Even though it is not connected to the city, it can work it because it's in my empire. It doesn't belong to Ainz anymore. Oh my. I need to do this again. Siphon energy, you also siphon energy. It's not because of the energy I need the covered operation intrigue to rise. This actually worked. We got 193 energy from Citadella. We get that in 1 turn. That's not really worth it, and the enemies, well, the opponents are not doing great. Culture develop. We get the additional virtue because they are cheaper now. Do I want community medicine and go quickly into meta research methods and techno artisans, or continue with network data links and meme web? I don't have academies, so that's not very useful. I'm not focusing on wonder for the culture, so but I want this 10% science in every city, so I will have to get many of the virtues. Let's go with community medicine. We go to 15 health, which means 10% additional production in our cities. And there's the tubers improved. They already give 4 food, which is absolutely awesome. Let's also get this tile, and I will need to purchase the ultrasonic fence not to lose this worker. And do an expedition that's just 5 turns. The evolution of Daedalus ladder is completed in 3 turns. Looking very nice. I have some diplomatic capital. Let's see, we can get the 30% conversion rate for city development, and that finishes our personality traits. Oh, we finished our first terrascape. Right now it only gives 2 for food, 2 production, 2 energy, 2 culture, and 1 extra health, which is absolutely wonderful. Let's improve this mine. Trade route slot in Gran Exito, which means I will purchase the trade convoy. There are a lot of places where you can build expeditions, but Africa doesn't see or want to recognize it. Sunken spacecraft, sunken vehicle, progenitor device that could have signal. All of that is going to waste. I'm not going to send my explorers over there, over the half of the planet. Even though I could. Let's improve more of this floatstone. That's just 4 points of floatstone. We do get some extra, I believe. But we need 4 for Sky Crane and 2 for the left plant. And I'm going to limit that in my capital.
Beyond this
There's
flesh,
the Daedalus
beyond
ladder.
this dream, I have danced among the stars. My children dance on endless worlds.
And I'm kinda bummed that we cannot see more of the picture. I think every wonder deserves to be seen in its entirety. The screen allows it. It doesn't have a wonder like a movie, it's just this little animation, but it deserves to be seen. Ainza has grown past the 10 population, so let's build a trade convoy as well, prosperity as well. The same. We can crisscross our empire with trade routes or just send them outside. Do some good work. Do I go for left land right now? Actually, I should, because Sky Crane needs level 10 impurity, and I will get some more floatstone afterwards. Here's another 2 points. Let's get this. Gran Exeter got its trade route. We can speed up the growth of Amparo, for example. That will stop soon. But you can see here, if I do an international trade route, then Gran Exeter will gain 1 petroleum, 1 geothermal, 1 titanium, 1 CMS, 1 floatstone, 1 ferroxide, because he has all of that. And he will also get 1 of each. It's not based on our city, but on what he has globally. And I think that's very weird of handling the bonuses. There's a trade route to Golden Bell Temple, which can be good, but I will not do it from this city. Let's boost Amparo for a turn or 2. Get expedition finished, and additional population in our capital. There are some aliens, alien drones, which are flying units, and they can attack over water. However, they will be less effective if they do so. At least I believe that is how it works. One of Mars orbital units. Yeah, the Payans don't have a long lifespan, but they get it increased to 45 turns. For example, the station centers stay in there for 90 turns, so I don't have to renew them that often. Our capital has nothing to do for now. Let's do social development. It's 124, 93 from social development. And that says, actually, here, it converts 55% of the production into culture, so it's over 50. The default is 25, and our trade has increased it plus 30% conversion rate. So I thought this will apply to the percentage, but it's not multiplicative, it's additive. And that makes it absolutely bonkers. So it's raises not by 30%, but more than doubles the conversion rate. I didn't think it works like that, but it does. Let's go with agricultural development. This also changes 55% of the production into food. 55% out of 66 is about, 36. 36 food is a huge surplus. Look, I do believe that this is kind of broken. Let's go more agricultural and purchase some cheap tiles. The ocean tiles are expensive, but the coastal ones are kind of cheap. I don't know what gives the cost of the tile. It's probably the desirability, and it also lowers the cost somehow, because it lowers the cost of it by culture, and that makes the game think that you can actually get it for cheaper, and that translates into the energy cost, which is very weird how it works. We have a lot of food here, so Freeland will get a lot of food from prosperity. And we can do from Ainza to Golden Bell Temple. This should be safe because we have the ultrasonic fence perk. Another pion is going down. That doesn't influence me that much. Actually, I shouldn't move these units closer to Dorado. Let's keep it a little bit away. This turn we got additional virtue. Let's go with meta research methods. Gives us 10% less science on leaf technology, or they cost less. We get additional science in every city progress. So next one is network data links, meme web, and techno artisans, probably. Also information warfare. Really great. That's the 4 virtues I need. Quest for left plants for floatstone. We can get 2 energy or 2 production from left plants. Production is way more important than for energy actually. And we got this quest, Civil Skies Finished, which says that BERT is magnificent. We can get population and energy or production and science. I don't know where, how much. Let's give it tourism. 1 population in BERT, some energy, affinity towards purity. And get trade depot, and I purchase all of the necessary buildings. And that's it. We can produce the rest. Unit upgrade for artillery, and that concludes the basic units. We get additional movement, so it can move, set up, and attack in the same turn as it needs. But I don't have any of those units. Why are they getting improved? I'm building broadsides and naval units here in Freeland.
I never cease to find
There's
beauty in the
astrodynamics,
fact
1
that
science
even
from
though we
array
walk among the stars,
improvements.
we
Arrays are interesting but kinda useless. However, next research, I can go straight for the orbital automation. It needs petroleum peroxide, and I think I need to do that as quickly as possible. There's another beetle here. Let's clear this next turn. I think in Gran Exita, since this is a forest tundra, I can afford to build a biowell. This will give us additional food in here and preserve the forest there. Actually, orbital automation can wait. At this moment, I want communications because I get command center, and this will deter any possible attack on me with higher city defense, higher city hit points, and perhaps even sonar nets so that we can get our aquatic cities much stronger. Just to be sure, we don't want to lose accidentally. Amparo has been founded. Let's get a trade depot and purchase some baseline buildings. Oh, additional 25 food in Berat. I think it was energy before. If it's close to your city, it probably gives food. I can't tell. Why would it do that? Actually, with capital, Gran Exito will gain 7 production. The capital will gain some food per turn. We can also build neoplanetariums from now on in our cities. Increase the orbital coverage. I think 1 of them will be enough. And I have built enough ships here in Freeland. Let's go agricultural. Also, this payan can be used here. I'm losing those over my capital, which is fine, but the colony health is dropping. Actually not, because it's capped by population here. So I can afford to not have them. At least not that many. Susan Fielding downgraded the relationship to sanction. She doesn't like me for some reason. But I'm not afraid of her. She only has 276 points, and I have more than double of that. I think that most of it is advancement and empire size. I'm not afraid of what she can bring, because it will have to go over land and then onto the water, and I'm looking kind of safe from that side. Let's change production to neoplanetarium. This has 40% production for orbital units, which is nice, but we have... Actually, it's the Panspectral Observatory, which gives 100% extra production towards orbital units. This gives only 40. So how is this? It's almost the same, but costs 1/10 of that. And gives better bonuses. That's the Makara. Let's not go any closer. And sea feeling. How are you feeling? She doesn't respect me. She fears me a little bit. I think I only did 30 turns of this game and it's only already been so long. But you see, I'm still having so much fun.
One of the
There's
finest
communications, a very important technology. And we can start building, for example, the sonar nets here in all our cities. And once the neoplanetarium is finished, also something in there. Ainza also gets sonar net. I don't get any discount on this building because my capital is not built on water. And you can see my colony health drop because Lacour lost all of that extra health. But we can build these cheap buildings very quickly. Let's get the feed site hub. There's the second floatstone. I see I only have 3 floatstone left. Let's go improve this place. Our capital needs a command center as well. And this worker will move over to Amparo. Improve that area. And that's right, go over the water because there is the alien wolf beetle, dangerous one. No, that's melee ship. It cannot attack by range, but this destroyer can. And suddenly I am at minus 16 colony health because Lacour lost another 6. And the growth is stunted, culture, science, but not production and not energy generation. That's an important point to make. Let's develop this virtue. We get 40% less science penalty from number of cities and we can go wide. We get a free virtue, I think, from our trade. So let's get the meme web as well. So the next culture progress virtue is also cheaper. And I kind of want this synergy bonus, but there is no place to get that. Maybe interdependence network is just worth it for another free virtue and covered agent. But if I take down the agricultural development, it stops growing. I tried it last turn and it is starving actually, so let's keep that for a while. And where the last expedition failed, we can continue. It looks like it will be instant. Right here, 80 production. What are artifacts? There is one from Old Earth. Just keep it. It's not worth using anymore. And we got no expedition modules. Let's go back home. Start the payans back again in Lacour, and Prosperity gets the command center. Build them everywhere since we build them in our capital. Our cities will be the strongest units on the map right now. There's another 2 points of floatstone which I will improve in 9 turns, and then Lacour can get its additional production there. Quest Homesick. Again, Matt on the Barrow. The quest there is interesting. We have to destroy 2 alien nests, which is possible. There is one here that is spawning and respawning. And I could probably launch an offensive on these alien nests. Quest what lies beneath for solar net. Additional city strength or science. I don't mind the science. Let's go for the city strength. That's the strength of the building there. I need to launch this payan. Let's launch it over all of these manufactories. Those worked, so it's safe, and get another one. The Reynaldo also sanctioned me, so it looks like the wall east side is kind of angry at me progressing and doing well. I think next time I will up the difficulty. Let's launch this over Prosperity here. We got some energy from Magan and Serik. Actually, I don't think this is based on their output, but our output. And I can finally do the steel science operation in Serik. There is also recruit defectors, which will place 3 random military units near your capital. Very decent operation. They will not lose anything actually. And in Magan, it didn't go that well. You can only siphon energy, and I don't like that. So let's go back to our capital and counter spy there. However, in Citadela, I will probably do the steel science. After the command centers, I will do the feed side hubs. We have the supremacy lever for this. That comes from the here communications. So get feed side hub. In my capital, I will do agricultural development, and that will supercharge the city because it will have 108 food production. That makes it grow in 5, 6, maybe 7 turns soon. Because of 177 production gets transferred into 97 food. Okay, this span launches over Einza farm fields, and we are done with the workers with manufactories in the north or northeast. Let's go over here and make one as well. That's just 1, 2 more, or 1, 2 left to do. Also, since this Makara has been lured away, I will destroy this alien nest, legit for 25 food for Amparo. That will count for the homesick quest. Here it doesn't say, but we destroyed 1 alien nest, and this one did not yet renew. Intruder, that doesn't bother me. That's only on the Titanium quest for Feedside Hub. Hack the planet. 1 free covered agent, which is huge boost if you get that early, or 10% worker speed, and I'm taking this improvement. Now this is very tricky decision because what you are going to do. I don't have that much use for secret agents.
As Adam Smith
Ark
said,
would like to
trade is
propose
the
new
lifeblood of
understanding.
nations.
She downgraded first, now she's improving, and everybody is angry because I believe her. The diplomacy is broken in this game. Quest for command center, we get additional 15 city strength. Huge. And all you can get another covered agent. So that side of the tree gives you 2 covered agents in very quick succession if you build these buildings. I get the 50 city strength. And that boosts my capital to 122, and that's absolutely huge. These aliens aren't angry, but they cannot go any closer to Gran Exito. I think I didn't finish this. Right, why am I moving away? Okay, this city needs to move north. It was founded down here because of the algae, but it is supposed to go over here on the ocean. Well, I don't know about you, but I love this part of the game where you are just building, just chilling. Oh, some ships, Slavic screamers. Let's just hope we still be friendly in the end game. I love this place where you can just chill, just build. There's no stress because there's no danger from the enemies. I get it, not everybody likes that as much. What I wanted is here interdependence network for this free virtue. I also get the covered agent, but we get free virtue, and we can get another covered agent for free techno artisans instead. It's just peaceful, and well, I don't like the war aspect of civilization games. I get it, it's traditional, it's part of the game. There's the floatstone quarry. I can now go and improve all of the other improvements down here. Well, resources. I can build crawler. That will cost me 5 floatstone, and I don't think that's actually worth it. I will wait for purity level 10 and then get that improvement. So let's just keep doing what we are doing. I think the game should be more about
Venga,
Yeah.
volvámonos más ricos.
That's not war. That's not declaration of war. He wants to go back to neutral. Just move here, move there, and everybody else is getting actually angry with me more than they are going to get happy ever. My game... Oh, Manuel is is puppeted. Right. There was some war in between the two of them. I like the peaceful and builder play of Civilization games, and I think that could be enhanced. We can go towards a very peaceful play, and I think many people actually like that. My capital can support another trade route. Let's do that and cancel one of the trade routes that's going to the station, so I get it into the capital. Here we have trade route to Omoikana, which needs to be buffed. Shackleton, that's from Freeland. Let's just cancel that in 20 turns. Alright, it can be changed with mods, of course, if you are willing to accept that the gameplay of the wall game changes. I don't think it can be done in multiplayer because the game is single player
trend
mostly.
towards automation
We
speaks
have
to our
orbital
nature.
automation finally. That's here, a leaf technology that gives a planet carver and deep space telescope, which needs to be set out as soon as possible. 18 points of purity, which research can give it to me? Here's 20. Here's also 20. Here's 7. Leaf technology give 20 affinity. The base ones are giving only 7. It's not shown here because it's the same size of the bar. But if I were to get nanotechnology, that would give a 7 and tactical of 20. So I can either get mobile lab, server machinery, very quick, surrogacy, biospheres. Most experience towards purity I get from genetic design and alien genetics. We get initial culture from well, cinema as well, that's absolutely useless. We could build the ectogenesis spot, but not cloning plant. Gene garden is a purity building. Let's do that and perhaps go towards social dynamics. And I think with that, it is good time to end the episode. Let's just finish clicking here. We have an initial trade convoy which needs to be assigned. And here's the deep space telescope that will be set in 1 turn. Let's give our friend Kozlov 13 science and 13 energy per turn. Cancel it soon. Lakarserik, that's in 14 turns. Alright, that will be 5 turns alone. Then over Shackleton, this needs Station Sentinel. Okay, I will not press next turn, that will be next episode. Thank you all for watching and see you in the hopefully last episode. Well, that one will be a lot of waiting. Bye.